Hey, this is Kim. Don't miss the Tempo Sundress review coming up. Hi, this is Kim from Dorothy's Daughter. Welcome to my channel. I'm so grateful that you took your time out to spend some time with me today. This channel is all about sewing, and if you want to take your sewing to the next level, you're in the right place. So let's get right to it. Today I'm going to give you my review for the Love Notions Tempo Sundress. It is, I believe, a definite staple for summer, and I've got a few tips for you, a few do's and don'ts, and my honest review to follow here. So if you've seen my videos before, you know that I have a certain way I like to do reviews, and that way I can try to stay as objective and informative as possible. So let's get on to the details of this pattern. I'm going to put the line drawing up here. This is a woven sundress. Comes in sizes extra small to 5X. There's a little back detail that has some shirring, or if you don't want to do shirring, you have the option of doing elasticated channels, which is very, very simple to do. It has a soft V-neck. It is bra friendly, which is really cool. And there are two views. One is a above the knee and one is midi with the addition of an optional ruffle. So it's an adorable design. All right, so let's get on with wearability. As you can see, I made the view above the knee, and one was my fit test, which I'm going to talk to you about, and the other was my final version. I absolutely love both dresses, but the first one was a journey, so I'm going to talk to you about that in just a little bit. As far as wearability goes, this dress is the perfect hot summer day dress. You could wear this at home just when it's warm outside, or you could even wear this dressed up to maybe a summer wedding or a summer outdoor party. Comfort of this dress largely depends on what fabrics you choose. I chose a rayon challis for my final, and my fit test was a linen. Both very comfortable in the summertime. It is a woven dress, so it does require some type of a mid to lightweight woven fabric. Now you can dress this dress up with accessories, or you could just throw on a pair of flip-flops and run to the store. It's just kind of up to you. It will adapt, I think, to all situations. So I would say on the wearability issue, I would give it a pretty high score. As far as ease of construction, all right, so here is where a lot of people are going to be scared off. But let me just tell you that it's much easier than you think. As far as the shirring, a lot of people are really scared by that, and I understand because at one time I was too. So once you've done shirring, it's pretty easy to do it again. And the settings are going to largely depend on your sewing machine and how tight your bobbin tension is and that sort of thing. So it's going to be a little trial and error as you practice and develop that technique for your machine. It's also going to vary on the fabric. If you have a really lightweight fabric, probably going to go a little looser. If you want a more mid-weight fabric, you're going to be a little tighter. For example, on the linen, the settings were just a little bit looser because it's a little bit more of a, I won't say stable, it's a little bit more of a mid-weight fabric than the challis, which was very lightweight. But given all that, I would say it's an intermediate level pattern all in all. Another key to this is fit. You want your bodice to fit well. That dart needs to fit you in the right spot. I would say that some attention to details as far as that goes would be really, really good. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the construction later and some do's and don'ts that I ran into along the way. But I don't think that you should be afraid of this pattern at all. It is, I would say, maybe an adventurous beginner, intermediate, but you should be able to do it no problem. And just think, once you've done that shirring, you can do it on other patterns as well. Now, as far as sizing goes, this goes from extra small to 5X. So it's very, very inclusive as far as sizing goes. And very important, you want to choose your size by your upper bust measurement, because it's going to be fitted right here. If it's fitted anywhere, it's fitted right here. And in order to make those bra straps in the correct place and everything to fit properly, you definitely want to go by your upper bust measurement. I'm also going to say a little bit of a caveat here. If you are in between sizes, definitely size down. I didn't, and I'm going to get to that later, but you definitely want to size down. So if this is the first time you're joining me, feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there and also the notifications bell so that you're notified whenever I post a new video. We also love welcoming new people into our Facebook group, which is linked in the description below. All the links for the pattern and anything else that I talk about today will be in the description below. As far as materials needed other than your fabric, thread, not really a whole lot of anything. You definitely need a little bit of interfacing. I would suggest Pellon SF101, the Shape Flex. It's just the perfect weight for something like that. And you're going to need some elastic thread if you're going to do the shirring. And if you're not doing the shirring, you're going to want to use some 3/8 inch elastic. So just a heads up on that. Let's talk fabrics for a moment. All right, this is my final version that I did in rayon challis. It is very drapable, it's very thin and very cool, and it does breathe. This fabric does breathe, so it's definitely a great one for a sundress. I also did one in linen, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about placement with this linen, but it is a sort of a mid-weight, very breathable. It's not a super wrinkly linen, so I'm guessing that it probably is a blend. I got this in a mystery box from Fabric Mart, so I'm not completely sure if it's 100% cotton linen or if it is a blend, but it's a really nice, breathable fabric. This is the kind of dress that you want to throw on a pair of flip-flops and live in the summertime. Other fabrics that might work are poplin, even some cotton lawn, maybe even some quilting cotton if you're careful about the quality. Any woven fabric will work, and I think that you can just experiment around with that. So I have put together a list of suggested fabrics from my Amazon influencer shop, and the link is in the description. I'll put a little preview of it here. You can certainly purchase them there and it will help the channel, but you can also just go and look at the content and maybe it'll help you be more confident shopping online. So go ahead and check those fabrics out. Okay, I have put together a list of do's and don'ts for this pattern. A few things that I've learned along the way, I'm going to pass them on to you. Do number 1 is size down. If you are in between sizes, you want to size down. Very, very important. You need that upper bust measurement to be fitting really, really well, because that is the only part of this pattern that's truly fitted, is through the upper bust and bust line. The waist is a slightly bit more relaxed. It's still kind of fitted, but it's a little bit relaxed. So definitely size down. Number 2, practice your shirring before you do it, because it's going to vary between, even if you've done it a ton of times, it's going to vary between fabrics. For example, this linen required a little bit looser stitch, and it also seemed like it wasn't going to gather. But after I did it and ironed it, it all came together. So if you use a steam iron, it's going to shrink your elastic thread a bit and make it a bit tighter. So definitely account for that when you're doing your shirring. Make sure that you don't go too tight and not have the panel be big enough. So number 3 is to stay stitch your bodice pieces. As I said, I had a journey in getting this to fit me. And even though I did stay stitch, I ended up doing a lot of manipulation with this dress, and because of the bias and everything, it stretched out. So I would suggest, especially in a loose weave fabric like the rayon challis can be also, stay stitch the bottom, the waistline, and the top of the bodice to make sure that it doesn't grow on you as you're working with it. The 4th do is to try this on with the bra that you intend to wear. Because bra straps on different bras can vary. I have one that has a little bit thicker right here, so obviously that didn't work with this dress, so I found another one in my drawer. I'd suggest, this is pretty bra friendly, but it's still a narrow enough that bra straps can kind of wiggle back and forth. What I would suggest even is to get one of those bras that you can attach clear straps to. That would actually work really well with this. It is bra friendly. I know she set out to achieve that, and I think she did, but we move and things move around, so I would suggest, I don't like strapless bras, but I would wear one with the clear straps with this. That brings me to our don'ts. And they're kind of big. I only have 2 though. But don't cut the bodice on a bias, especially if it is linen or something that really stretches out easily. That is what happened. That is why this thing grew to astronomical proportions. So I would suggest, if you are going to cut it on a bias, make sure it's a nice tight weave, and make sure that you definitely stay stitch everything. So it grows, so be careful. And the second don't is don't be discouraged. This is not as hard as it looks. You can do it. I know you can. So treat yourself to a sundress, because this really is a nice staple. The second one went together so much faster than the first, and I think that you need these when it's really hot outside. So in summary, I will make this again. It's a wonderful pattern. It has so many possibilities to hack as well. There've already been some pretty cool ones out there on the Love Notions pattern support board, but I will definitely be making this pattern again, and I give this one a pretty big thumbs up. Don't forget to check out the pattern link in the description. It is an affiliate link, so it will help grow the channel. A while back, I did a demo on shirring, and I actually had intended to put that in my video review of the ballad blouse. However, everybody and their brother did shirring videos, and I didn't want to just replicate what other people were doing. However, I think I will show that now. So I will cut to that, and you can enjoy just a little demonstration of how to shirr. Okay, start with a bobbin, and then just wind, giving a little bit of tension. Until you fill it up. When you go and put the elastic in the bobbin, what you want to do is put it in the same direction as normal. Then you want to make sure that it gets under those hooks and it has a little tension on it. Otherwise, it's not going to gather for you at all. All right, and then just leave them, don't use your thread cutter. So hold your top thread and then pull up to pull the bobbin thread up. Grab your tweezers and just go ahead and pull it out. So now it's threaded. You want to leave your tails kind of long, okay? Like maybe about like that to start. So now to shirr it, you're just going to go ahead and start stitching across your line that you've marked on your pattern. Just go ahead and stitch. And it should be shearing up as we go. You can see back here it's starting to pucker a little bit. So let it go. Don't cut your threads, okay? Just pull them. Make sure there's a little slack on it before you cut, otherwise it could just go boing and back into the machine. You want to leave your tails long so that you can adjust later. Okay? And now we're going to go ahead and stitch right next to that. Go ahead and start it. What I do is, this is about, on my machine, from here to here is about 3/8. So I go ahead and use that as my next line. So just flatten it out as you go so that you don't like pucker on top of pucker. You don't want to do that. You want to do it even. Again, don't cut your threads until you pull some out. Let it slack. All right, and again, and I think you're getting the idea here. Next line here. All right, pull it taut, or not taut. Pull it gently to flatten it out. And go. Just glide this line right along there. That's all I do, and that makes them about 3/8 of an inch apart. Here is your shirring. And on the back side, this is how it looks. All right, so I hope that helps. I hope you all have purchased your Tempo sundress or think about it. It is on sale for the release. This is July 15th. 2021. It was released yesterday. So go ahead and enjoy the pattern. So it is on sale for the release. Today is July 15th, 2021, and it will be on sale through Tuesday. So for $9, which is $3 off. So enjoy it. Wear your sundresses. Share your pictures on the Facebook group. I really enjoy seeing your makes on there. All right, another announcement that I have is that this coming week's chat will be on Monday at 4 rather than Sunday. I have a family obligation, birthdays of grandchildren, so that's not something I can skip on Sunday afternoon. But I don't want to go a week without chatting, so let's do that on Monday at 4. And if you're not available on Monday, my apologies, but it's just necessary sometimes. Sundays can always have things that are obligations. So definitely set aside Monday for a chat. And we're going to be sharing some pretty exciting news at that one. So tune in 4 o'clock on Monday. So don't forget to check out those links in the description for the fabric suggestions and also the link to the pattern. Have a fantastic day. I will see you in the next video. Happy sewing!